Hey! What's up, everybody? It is your leading lady, Tyra Hill, and guess what? You are tuned in to the Tyra Hill Show. I know y'all thinking like, oh my God, where's the Queen's Wind Down? That season is over with. I did my season finale. If you missed the Royal Conversation, go to the Tyra Hill YouTube page, Tyra Hill Show YouTube page, and catch up because the whole season of the Queen's Wind Down was off the chain. Listen, y'all know how I am, first and foremost. Y'all know I like bringing real conversations to the streets and deal with real people. And so I understand that even though that we're still in the middle of this COVID pandemic, a lot of us have become very comfortable to where we're not wearing our masks, to where we're not social distancing, and to we're going to parties. So I guess the term is we outside now. I want you guys to enjoy your life. I don't want you to walk in fear, but let me help you be safe while you're out and about, whether you're working in the grocery store, laundromat, whatever you do, your everyday to-do list, right? And so joining us for this conversation is Kim James and Mrs. James. I absolutely love Vicky and Kim. They are the dope owners of Quality of Breath, okay? And Quality of Breath is a company that is in business to keep you and I safe during this pandemic.
Yes.
And I know y'all like, we got so many variants going on. They're shutting down borders everywhere. Some of the schools are shutting down. And so let me introduce my guest on tonight. It's not going to be a long-winded conversation because I got something to do. But I wanted to bring this conversation to you guys so I can help you guys be safe and rock out in this pandemic with safety. Okay, so this is what I want to talk to you guys about real quick. Right, real quick. You see this little cute device? It's around my neck. Everybody has it. We take it everywhere we go. This is called a fresh air personal unit. And this unit will keep you safe, 300 square feet. It has something to where you can put on your desk, but I wear mine around my neck because it also helps me with my sinus, even at night when I'm sleeping. So what it does is it takes in the air, no matter where you are, it pushes it through the machine and it cleanses it. Right? It gives you clean air, right? So, Kim, jump in. Tell everybody who you are.
I'm Kim James, Quality of Breath. Let me explain. Quality of Breath is actually a number of entrepreneurs that have come together. I'm one of the managing representatives of Quality of Breath. We're all individual entrepreneurs. This is my wife, Vicky, as you said, Vicky James. You are partially right with the air purification. It literally takes the oxygen that whatever's there and it transforms and weaponizes it. So it doesn't need to suck any air in. Whatever's there, it automatically transforms the air. It just hits the cell and it literally turns into a weapon that starts destroying the COVID, the flu, the bacteria, the mold, all the stuff that we are not aware that we're breathing. It literally destroys it. So that 300 square feet is amazing. And for your sinuses, have you tried doing this? It's oxygen.
Yesterday, and I did it.
That deep inhale is oxygen. So you know when you go to the hospital and they always put a tube up in your nose when you're being admitted to help balance out the oxygen in your blood. So when you have the proper oxygen around you, whether you're using this Pro unit or whether you're using this unit, you will begin to balance out your body. And when your body is at the right oxygen level, you can heal better. You sleep better. Hence, she's sleeping better because we have the Pro unit in the house. Yes, we have these. We also have a number of people around Virginia Beach and across the country who don't have a CPAP machine because of the recall. I have some clients who've been using this, and they give me the testimonies. They're breathing just fine. They're sleeping well. But more importantly, they're staying safe because they're cleaning their air. And it's not collecting air. It's literally weaponizing the air that touches it to start generating the oxygen particles that begin to destroy 99.9% of what we're not supposed to be breathing.
So listen, that 9.9% sounds really, really good, especially with what we're up against. And I want to talk about your different units real quick, because what we have on is the personal unit, right?
Yes.
And so you have your personal unit, which covers 300 square feet of personal space.
Correct.
If you work in the office and you have a little cuticle, little area, this would be good. Then you have your mobile unit, which covers 500 square feet of joint space, correct?
Correct. So wherever you plug that in, it's at now, because we've constantly doing testing, it's now down to 300 square feet. But with that being said, you can plug it in, take it to your office, take it to your hotel, put it in your vehicle. It's mobile, but it has to be plugged in. This is the only device that doesn't require to be plugged in because it lasts for 72 hours. And again, I tell people all the time, when you're going to take a shower, plug it in. By the time you come out, the red light's off, you're good to go. It's going to last for,
charge fast.
Very fast. Very fast. And I would tell you, the manufacturer says it lasts 72 hours. But again, I say if you're going in the bathroom because you don't want to let it get wet and you don't want to drop it, that voids it. It's not,
Let me say this about the last unit, which is the Pro and Pro, which covers 3,000 square feet, correct?
Yes. So the Pro unit actually disinfects 24 hours a day, meaning as soon as you set it up, the only replacement parts are the technology cells, which you see behind me, it's on the box. You replace those once a year. So you can imagine all you got to do is not worry about collecting air. You don't have to worry about changing filters, touching filters, and all that other stuff. So when you think about air, the way it flows through your house, we all experience dust bunnies, correct? The areas where dust builds up. Well, that's because air isn't flowing. And no one pays attention to that. When you see all that dust in the air, the particles as the sun's coming through, we're all inhaling that. That eliminates it. No more dust bunnies. We don't dust every 4 to 5 months. You catch that? So with that being said, when you're removing all those particles, they literally eliminate the cellular structure of it, and it literally drops down. So literally, you're cleaning your air without collecting it. Does that make sense? Because if you're going to collect air, and then you're going to take the air into a filter, then you're going to put clean air back into dirty air. Does that make sense? So it takes a longer time to clean all that air. I'm not saying it can be done, but I'm just curious. On my own personal note, who's touching that filter? Who's touching that filter? Because when you touch it, you're going to agitate the dust and whatever you collected. Does that make sense? So when you turn this unit on, after it's been operating 7 to 8 hours, it still works for another 8 hours with it off. It's still treating the air and the surfaces. Does it make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. And I think, especially with, no, I don't think I know, with everything that we're going through with this pandemic, not being able to fellowship, whether it's at church or with the family, or have the baby shower or whatever that you had planned due to this pandemic, the good news is there is a way that we could still fellowship and be safe. Yeah. And this is why this conversation was so important to me. Because, and then let me say this real quick. Y'all know enough about me to know that, forgive me, Deacon and Deaconess, I don't blow smoke up nobody's ass. I will never endorse anything without checking it out for myself, without rocking with it. I'm telling you, I take this everywhere I go, whether I'm at the grocery store, getting my nails done, getting my hair done. I'm still masked up, but this is still with me because you can never be too careful. But what I love about this is, especially with me, because I have OCD really bad and I don't like germs, right? So when I'm at the restaurant, but I like to eat.
Yes.
And so when I'm at the restaurant, and I don't like for people, even the waiter or the waitress, I don't like for them to be up in my face like that. And so I just kind of set it at the end of the table like this, and have it, linked up to where I had a waitress was like, is that a camera? And I was like, no, baby, let me tell you what this is and what it do, And so I just think that people don't know that these units are out here. And this is why it was so important for me to bring you on to my platform and not only promote this, but to endorse it, because I want everybody, especially my fans and my family and my friends and even my foes, to be safe. Because, God said you're supposed to bless those that curse you. So I want all of them to be safe. You know, the wicked, my enemies, my foes, and all them to be safe too. Because I need for them to be looking when God bless me. I don't need for them to be, you know, up under there. You know, but with all jokes aside, you gotta have safety measures put in place. Like, for instance, I'm used to carrying bottles of Lysol, the little bottle of Lysol with me.
So here's the thing. Lysol's great, but again, too much Lysol will kill you. If you inhale too much, it'll kill you. Does it make sense? You can ingest it.
Sense.
Sorry?
It makes a lot of sense. And it's crazy because for a long time you couldn't find no Lysol.
Yes. I was a broker of that too. I was a broker and supplier of that too. They're cute Lysol.
I haven't even had to spray this out in public because I'm telling you, I be in the airport, in the restaurants, all like that.
That's dangerous. Please refrain from doing that. It can get in your eyes, and I don't know the side effects.
Here's the thing: we do anything to feel safe. So because I didn't know, you know, I'm out here just spraying everybody, you know, everywhere. Give me 6 feet. But because I have my personal unit, and I really have to say, because I have allergies, I've been breathing a lot better. As a matter of fact, let me say this. I was traveling yesterday. I had to come through the mountains. By time I got settled, my whole head was clogged up. I could barely breathe. My unit wasn't around my neck. I actually had it sitting on the desk. And then I picked it up and I was like, let me tell you, instantly my ears popped. And I was just able to just get all of it out. But I knew it was congested because I was the altitude. I was traveling up the mountains. And so for me to have this conversation, when we talk about personal space, get up out of Vicky's space. You know, that's my baby. You was already just licking on her before we started the show. You know, I saw it. I should have took a picture of it. But even with this one, I want to talk because this is the personal. So listen, if you are watching this, I want y'all to share this because these are things, this is something that you want to get your grandparents, your parents, yourself. If you are a church member and your pastor is considering going back into fellowship within the 4 walls, I have some churches that I'm partnering up with. And whatever you need. If you want a unit in your home because you may work in the medical field and you have children or a spouse and you don't want to bring anything home with you. These are the units that you need to have. So Kim, no, I want to talk to Vicky because Vicky my baby. Vicky.
Yes.
That you had, Kim say I favor you, and I do. Girl power.
I favor her too a whole lot.
Go ahead, Miss Tyra. Go ahead.
As a matter of fact, he told me don't text him no messages that I have for you. I got to text him.
Snitch.
Okay, good.
I said, you know, I rock with Vicky. That's my baby. I ain't got to text you. I take the middleman out. I text Vicky straight up.
How about that?
How about that? So, Queen, you have said that you all have received so many positive testimonies. Can you share a few with the fans and the followers?
Well, I have a testimony myself, as you said, with having a CPAP machine, wearing it, and now being able to have the unit in the house. I can have dreams now. It's clear, you know, with the CPAP and you trying to breathe, it's like, you know, and so you can't really get into a deep sleep. So getting into a deep sleep, and then, as you said, with the allergies and things like that, has helped me, you know, with my sinuses and so forth and so on like that. And when people come in the house, actually they can tell the difference and smell the fresh air. We actually had an incident where we had an impromptu wedding and reception. It was about 10 people, and our goddaughter and son came in with COVID, because it's not written across your head. Nobody knows anything. Thank God they were they left out. They were the only two that came in with it, and they were the only two that left out. We all got tested. We all everything, and nobody, even their mother, because she has a personal unit, nobody else caught it. And then we were at my aunt's house. There was about 20 of us there. Same thing, my little cousin, nothing. And everybody was all hugged up and doing everything. And she was the only one. She came in with it and she left out with it. And we take it, the big unit with us everywhere we go, to hotels, everywhere. And it protected us when we was at the house. But
it's important to talk about, because the biggest misconception is you don't look like you got COVID. You don't sound like you got COVID. And we are in a season where people have COVID. Yes. Some know, some don't know. Yes. But yet the ones that do know, they're still going to work because they can't afford to take off.
Exactly.
Or, they're still maneuvering because they don't have anyone to depend on. Exactly. Then you have those who know that they have it and will do the quarantine for the 14 days. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. Nobody is walking around with a sign on their head saying, hey, I think I got COVID, or hey, I got COVID.
Correct.
Because we caught COVID in the end of January, and we didn't know
last year
that we had of this year, January of this year, and we didn't know we had it. And he had gotten the machines, and I didn't have one yet. And I worked at a facility, so I came home with it. And like I said, I didn't have any symptoms. I'm thinking that I'm just tired and my head was hurting because allergy season or whatever. They tested positive, and like 3 days later, we got the big unit. And when we got the big unit, I can honestly tell you that it softened the blow, if that makes sense. Like me, who always have upper respiratory infections and all that stuff, haven't had that this year, haven't had to be out because of colds. And I had pneumonia in the summertime before, and I haven't had any pneumonia, any upper respiratory, any type of infections due to us having the machine. Now, we were home for the 14 days and we still quarantined and everything, but I can honestly tell you that all the things that we feared that would happen because of me having the different respiratory, issues, it did not happen. It was just headaches and fatigue. Now, at first I thought I was, non-symptomatic, but then, I had symptoms, but like I said, like the horror stories that you hear, that I just knew that if I got it, I was going to be in the hospital, and we didn't have it. And and then we were able to keep everybody. Now, we didn't let people in, but even when they came to the door, to drop off stuff, we still made sure that they were, protected and stuff like that.
Yep. That's a testimony right there that these units do work.
Yes.
So, you have people saying, well, God ain't give us the spirit of fear. Baby, this ain't fear. This wisdom.
Thank you.
Wise in all you're getting, get wisdom.
That's
and
it.
So it's no different for me. Like I said, wearing my mask and having my unit around my neck, because that just gives me an extra layer of protection.
Protection. And even for me, I'm like you, Miss Tyra. People at my job, well, what about? I said, I don't care if it's my husband or whoever it is. If I wouldn't tell you to buy nothing from anybody if I didn't feel that it worked myself. Because when he first got it, I was like, okay, let's see how it goes. I'm not gonna tell you no lie. I'm like, let's see how it goes. And then once I started, feeling the difference, I was like, okay. And that's when I started doing it. And just the other day, they was asking me, and I was like, I know what it does for me. I know what it's done for other people, how we've gotten testimonies, how the lady's house was thick. And then the air started feeling, much better. And you could walk in, like I said, even people, our neighbors, come into our house to get a smell,
They stand at
the
come
door.
in the entranceway and just stand. Literally just stand there inhaling.
Because we have
your car.
Yes, we have the sign on the door because it's the company that he distributes from is Volara. The name of the company, I mean, it's called Active Pure.
That's the technology.
So the technology. So we have the sign on the thing, and it's through NASA. Kim will have to explain more to you, but so they come in, they see the sign, and we tell them you don't have to wear a mask, and they kind of. And I said, okay, well, I want you to feel comfortable. And then after a while, they go, wait a minute, I can tell the difference, and they take it off, and they do tell the difference.
And then they don't want to leave.
If you have a question, put it in the comments. I am going to read your questions, and I'm going to let the queen and the king answer your questions. I'm sorry, Kim, go ahead.
So the technology is called Active Pure. It's been around for over 20 years. The company that produces it is called Valora. They're in Bristol, Virginia. Again, you have to be a distributor in order to get this out to the people. With that being said, this is the same technology that NASA uses in the space station. So if you understand the space station, there is no free-flowing air. That air is recycled. You've never heard of an astronaut needing to be flown home because they got sick. There's no bacteria, there's no mold, there's no mildew, there's no dust, because the electronics are so sensitive. So with that being said, this is constantly tested. It's been through military testing. There's another venture, another product of it. The technology itself has been sent through FDA testing. Do you understand that? So with that being said, it's being used in Capitol buildings. And you were speaking of churches. One of my first clients was a church over in Newport News down here in Hampton Roads. With that being said, they can come in. They've been having functions all through the pandemic. They send in their praise team, their worship team, and whoever comes in their services. We have a number of churches. Once we were on Praise Radio down here locally, we have a number of churches who started implementing. You have spas that are implemented. We have medical facilities that are implemented. It's all about knowing the science. When you see the science, you cannot deny the science. The restaurants are benefiting from using the Pro Plus unit, which has a sanitizing feature, doesn't use chemicals. It's a deep sanitizer. So for all those, it's amazing what it does. We were down in Atlanta. Remember she said we travel with this? It don't matter where we go, we're taking it with us. It's 7.5 pounds. It's worth the trip. So we went down to Atlanta. I'm talking to the hotel manager. She comes into the hotel and stays for 45 minutes talking about the unit. I did my research prior to her coming up to the room because we had issues getting into the room, and she wanted to make sure that everything was, situated. Once she came into the room, she literally said, "Oh my God, it feels so good in here." You're the hotel manager. Why would you say that, standing out? We did the research. There's a hotel down in Atlanta. They took the entire 15th floor and made it Active Pure floor. Upcharge, you got to have special access to get to that floor, but every single room along with the hallway is purified. Up in Albany, New York, they took the entire hotel and made it Active Pure hotel. Another major chain. You have schools who have literally spent millions and millions of dollars to retrofit. Instead of pulling out AC units, they put these units in every single classroom. They're spending millions of dollars. Texas, Connecticut, Atlanta as well. Connecticut, Albany. So it's around the country. You may not have heard about it. Again, it's been here for 20 years. So this is
real quick, Kim, not to cut you off. I do apologize. If you are an educator, if you are a pastor, if you work in an office environment, if you work for General Motors or a factory,
yes.
If you work in the medical field, did I say that?
Yes.
If you work in the nursing home, if you are one of those people who don't want to be confined, you really need to check out this product. I'm telling you, y'all know I don't blow smoke up people's behinds. Y'all know I don't endorse nothing. You don't really see me endorsing anything. But if I endorse it, it's because I believe in it and I'm rocking it myself. The good thing, or should I say the great thing about this is they are not expensive at all. And really, it is an investment. See, sometimes you got to invest in yourself. So what I paid for this, I ain't even really think about it. It wasn't expensive. Now, if it was expensive, I would say it. But it's affordable. It's very affordable. Your personal unit is affordable. Your pro unit is affordable. And then your mobile unit, they're affordable. So I'm sorry, Kim. Go ahead. What were you going to say? My bad.
All these units are 100% tax deductible.
But I wanted you to say it. Say it again for the people in the back.
All the Active Pure units that require and deal with air, because we have a lot of different type of technologies applying to alkaline water, applying to laundry. You know, where we have units where you don't need to use any more fabric softener or bleach or detergent. You just use cold water and you can restore your clothes like nobody's business. Again, we have a lot of things to offer from Valora. However, right now with the pandemic going on, this Omicron, this is not the last of it. So with that being said, that unit that we all wear, there's no replacement parts. There's no parts to replace. There's nothing to clean. Does it make sense? So,
and even the fact that we don't have to change a filter. You guys know wherever you have air filters, air purifiers, cool humidifiers, even your furnace in your house, you have to change that filter.
yes.
So the mere fact that there isn't a filter speaks volumes to me. Now, you know, we got some questions coming in. You know how your cousins and them be. You know how our community get down. The question was prices, ?
Yeah, we see that. So listen, we're distributors.
Hi, cousin Marlene.
In order, Miss Marlene, in order to get the prices, we have posted on Quality of Breath Facebook page. We're going to ask that you go like it, go scan the QR code. We have different options there for you as far as the amounts that you want to purchase. If you desire to purchase a lot more than what you see there, or you decide that you want to get for a facility, please contact me directly. I would prefer a text with the full name. I don't respond back to people with one names. Those days are done. Hallelujah. Not going there. What I'm saying is, because we're distributors, we want to respect that other distributors around the country and may view this. We don't want to set their price rates. But again, the only way to get this is through a distributor. So as an independent distributor, I want to be respectful to say we're not going to post prices out because it depends on the situation. God may touch me to do something different for the person. Does it make sense?
It might be a tiny discount code. Like, y'all don't even know. You see what I'm saying? You just never know. But trust me when I say it is affordable.
Yes.
It did not put my
book. This is way under 200. This can
That's what I had to say. I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to step on your toes.
Hold on. This can easily go for 2,500. It's nowhere near that. But understand that this can easily go for 2,500. However, it's nowhere near that. And at 100% tax deductible, I'm a businessman. She's a businesswoman. She'll let me know. The people that I work with under Quality of Breath, our team, we have made it affordable. If you're buying multiple units, we have packages available for family packages on the personal, business packages on the pro units. Again, if you're talking, quantity, when I say quantity, I mean 30, 40 units. We can discuss something because I'm not interested in robbing anybody. I'm more interested in making sure our people are safe. Understand, when we got into this, my mission was to get it into churches. God had to deal with me on that for making the determination what he put into my hands for. Does that make sense? He says, I gave it to my children, not my children inside the houses, because he closed down the houses to show me this wasn't for the houses. If there's nobody going to church, what you trying to market them to church for? Does it make sense? Again, I didn't know I was going to be in this field. When I was introduced to it, I realized there wasn't a significant amount of representation for our people, and the technology has been existing for 20 years. I have learned you don't know what you don't know. And once you find out, if you're going to question it as if it doesn't exist and it doesn't real, it's not for you. It's science. It's either the engine works when you get in and turn the key, or you know exactly what part is wrong and you're going to go into the engine, dig it apart, pull it apart, you're going to find that spring. I don't know what a spring is. All I know is I know this.
Because Vakayla Pope just said that it's worth it. And Kayla has been wearing one since like last year. But let me say this, because this is how I got up on mine. Because I was like, girl, what you keep wearing around your neck? And then we would be traveling and I'd be like, hey, you got your unit? Because I didn't have mine. So we'll be up in the restaurant all close and stuff.
Yes.
So we can eat, so I can feel safe. But let me say this. You guys brought the pro unit to the many millionaire moguls sneaker ball.
Yes. We brought two. We only needed one, but we brought two. Yes. We put one near the food because people were gathering there, but that one unit would have done the entire facility. Shout outs to Kayla Pope and the Millionaire Moguls. Thank you for allowing us to be a blessing and be attached to you guys. Thank you so much, Kayla. Kayla Pope is a beast. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. So we brought 2 units. Again.
Now let me say this. I had on my mask because I was like, y'all know what? Y'all got to give me 6 feet. I know I'm on the red carpet. And then this how we ended up talking. You was like, you good. And I was like, what you talking about? And so you was like, you was like, you know, I was like, what you talking about? And then you was like, we have these units. And I was like, oh, you guys are where Kayla got. And so it made me feel better. And I was able to really, really host, like do my job.
I saw you.
Host the red carpet, host the event without any worries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were on the mic. You were hosting, especially with that dance off. Yeah, I got you.
Chang, thank you for that video too, because I'm gonna make sure I share it. But let me say this, and I know I haven't heard anything. I'm almost certain that nobody left that event sick. Mm-hmm. We haven't heard anything.
You didn't see anybody.
People didn't have on their mask.
You didn't see anybody sneezing or coughing. I don't know if you noticed, when you go to sneeze, I don't know the science behind it. I told you, I don't know what part of the engine is wrong, but when you go to sneeze, if you catch yourself before you sneeze, you inhale, it goes away. I can't explain it, but it literally corrects. So if you want to sneeze, literally put it up there. Inhale.
Amazing. So let me say this real quick, because we're at our 30 minutes. As a matter of fact, we're over our 30 minutes. If you're planning to have a family reunion, a wedding, if you're planning to bring in, you're a pastor, and it's time for you to bring the parishioners back into the household of faith. If you work in the medical field, if you are a parent to multiple children and your children are back in school, I mean, everybody just needs to check this out. I don't care what color you are, black, white, brown, pink. I don't care what type of profession you do. You need this unit. If not a personal unit, the pro unit, or the mobile unit, you need to get in the know.
Yep. So also the pro units, we have them on buses, tour buses. We also have them inside of sports stadiums. The what is it? The Cotton Bowl.
These units are inside of tour buses.
Tour buses, the pro units, they're inside tour buses.
This is why the world is opening back up.
The Cotton Bowl. What is it? The Cotton Bowl down in Texas. I want to say it's Texas or Florida. The Cotton Bowl, whichever one it is, the stadium. We are covering the entire stadium and all the buildings around it. We're also doing the what is it called? The 9/11 Memorial. Our technology is protecting people in there, amongst other places.
Tell them again. Listen, I done put it up in here on the banner. Go right now. If you're on Facebook, you need to go right now to the Quality of Breath page. Like them. If you need more information, scan the barcode. Y'all know how y'all go to restaurants and it says scan the menu?
Yes.
And it's going to pop right up and it's going to show you all the information that you need. Listen, if you are serious about ordering one of these units, one of these devices, I need for you to text the number right here that's coming across the screen, 757-477-2504. Again, text 757-477-2504. Text your first name, your last name.
And if you
and then make sure you put Tyra Hill somewhere up in there.
Yes.
Because they might be feeling kind of good, you know, because they love me. Y'all know people love me.
Yes. Yeah.
So it might be a little discount for you. I don't know. I don't know how God is going. And let me tell you something about Kim and Vicky. A man and woman of God, I'm telling you, they'll wake up in the midnight hour. God will tell them, give them 30% off. And they're like, oh, text me. Tyra, God just told me to give everybody 30% off.
Hey,
I don't woke up to text like that from them before, right?
Listen, when God moves,
so please connect with them. Y'all know how I feel about supporting Black businesses.
Yes.
We have to take care of each other. They're great. They're a great business couple. Great man, great woman. Y'all know if they was anything different, they wouldn't be on my platform and they wouldn't be on my show. But I trust them. the information that they have emailed to me, informing me of this product. And it really, really made me say, you know what? I'm out here in these streets, I'm hosting red carpets, I'm hosting events, I'm on airplanes, I'm traveling. Yes, I wear my mask. Yes, I wear my shield. Yes, I got my lights on, my microphone. Yeah. But yeah, now I got this. And it's real over here in these streets. Like, I'm on my way to dinner right now. I'm about to take, like, soon as I put on my dress, I got to put on my dress, right? Mm-hmm. It's going to be right around my neck. And as soon as they ask me, Miss Hill, dinner reservation, yes.
So, let me make sure, as you're going through the airport, this is airport safe. TSA cannot give you a problem. So some people will feel, what do you call it? Implied, put it through the scanner. It's fine. It's not going to break. But again, I tell people don't take it off. If you happen to take it off, make sure it's waiting for you on the other side before you go through the body scanner. Because TSA has so many gloves and so many masks, and they're coming in contact with you. Does that make sense? It makes a lot of sense. Before you go through that body scanner, because this is a device for your safety, for your medical health, be on the other side waiting with someone extending it to you so that when you come through, they're handing it to you so that you're putting it right back on your body. Because that brief moment, especially with the new variant, is transferring so much faster, and you just don't know who is bouncing off. Vaccine or no vaccine, I don't get into those conversations. The Lord provides armor, but I was also told that the Lord provides weapons for the fight. Because if you got armor and you got no weapons, eventually you will fall. So question, where
can a person get the information to watch for themselves? Listen, go to Quality of Breath.
Yes.
Page on Facebook. Videos are there. The barcode is there that you can scan, and all of the information will pop up on your phone. But if you go to the Quality of Breath page on Facebook, they have a lot of information on there. And then if you don't see what you need, or if you have more questions, call them, email them, text them. They are a man and woman of business. Yes. And they will answer your questions. And I'm talking about even if you don't think that they're going to have an answer, they're going to have an answer, because what I love about this is the technology, the numbers behind the technology supports the system.
Thank you.
And we're talking like NASA has this equipment and other sports arenas and other places that you might not even know.
We cannot tell you who they are unless they have signed a release. So some of the major platforms that we're utilizing daily are using them. Some of the major platforms.
Because of a confidentiality clause.
We cannot.
But that's business. Mm-hmm. You know, but see, this is what big business does. They put that clause up in there because they don't want their competitors getting the technology, but you have direct access to this. I'm giving it to you. Mm-hmm. I ain't saying, you know what? I'm going to charge $10 and I'm going to host a little private party. No, I am bringing this to you. Let me tell you, I am on my way out the door. As soon as I get through with this, I'm about to go put on my dress. But it was so important for me to have this conversation that I stopped everything to do this. And I am so happy that you guys tuned in. Please, 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 whatever you do, if you're just chiming in, go back through it, watch this dope interview. I am talking to Kim and Vicki James of Quality of Breath. Go right now on Facebook, like the page, and you connect with the page.
You can email.
Look through the videos, scan the barcode, read through it. If you have questions, contact them at 757-477-2504. Was I right?
Yes. Yes. We also have.
It went by so quick, but
email is qualityofbreath@gmail. The email, qualityofbreath@gmail.
qualityofbreath@gmail.com. If you have any questions, email qualityofbreath@gmail.com. Text 757-477-2504. If you have questions, you have 2 ways to get in contact with them. But what you need to know is, if you don't drop my name,
it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem.
I need for people to understand this in my Rick Ross voice. I'm the one you need to ask in my Rick Ross voice, because I'm the plug. I'm fulfilling your order across the border.
Just FYI, we're running all orders by you. We're running all orders by you, so that we're running all orders by you. You will be aware of all the orders that come from your platform continuously.
And all orders by me. So this is what I'm gonna say. But this is the good thing about me, because where I am right now, even if a foe, somebody who I know that don't like me, ordered something, I'm gonna push it on through, because God has me in such a position right now to where I'm literally blessing my enemies. I mean, literally blessing my enemies, because I'm in such a great place emotionally and spiritually. And I understand the power of forgiveness, right? And God has been really dealing with me. So he probably just did this to test me. Because as soon as I see somebody's name on there, I'll be like, she ain't like me just a couple of weeks ago, but go ahead and bless her. You know what I'm saying?
Excuse me. Let me say this.
I love you guys so much.
Let me say this. You got to love your enemies. They let you know how good you're doing.
But honey, I just need for them to be sitting around that table that God promised to prepare for me. I need them to live and see. I need them to see and be in the land of the living. Yes. But listen, again. If you are ready to feel safe while you're out and about, if you want to go to church, get your praise on, watch night service coming up. Y'all know y'all about to have all these Christmas family dinners. Y'all don't know who testing positive, who not positive. Y'all want to get back out in these streets with the hashtag, we outside. Well, I want y'all to be outside, but I want y'all to be safe while y'all outside. So get with Mr. and Mrs. James. They can give you the information that you need, because you need this information. The personal, the pro, or the mobile unit. Get with them. qualityofbreath@gmail.com. Quality of Breath on Facebook. Pull that down, Kim. Show it real quick. Quality of Breath on Facebook. Like the page. Scan the barcode.
It's a 7.5.
This is how small the unit is. These units are not big at all. I wanted to say that. Mm-hmm. They are not big at all.
And mind you, this is the packaging. So that must mean the styrofoam and stuff inside. It's 7.5 pounds.
And I love you guys. Thank you for chopping it up with me, Mr. and Mrs. James. I love you guys, people. Hi, cousin Sonia. Great interview. Thank you, baby. Danielle says, I'm interested. You got other people saying they're interested. Listen, I need for you guys to connect with them, and then tell your people. Connect your family and your friends with this. Because this is what we need so we can stay safe.
Yes.
Still mask up.
Yes. But when
variants out there, and they coming, y'all, and they coming hard.
But when that mask comes off, just know when you got these units around, it's literally eating whatever comes out of your mouth and whatever's on your clothing. Whatever's on the surface and whatever's in the air, it's literally eating it up once you have our units running. Just like popcorn, it runs through whatever amount of space you have from one end to the other end. That's what the pro units. The personal units, again, please keep them near you. Don't drop them. Don't let them get wet. And enjoy your breathing. Enjoy the proper oxygen that you're designed to have. That's what God endured.
I'm about to order me a pro unit for my house, because I need that in my house. And people don't come to my house unless I invite them. But my son comes over, my grandkids come over. I don't know where they've been. They're in school. My son works. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who his coworkers be around. You just want to be safe. Yeah. I am making sure that my mother gets a unit. And I know my Aunt Carla was asking about a unit. Please. And if you have underlying conditions,
oh my God,
like me, you really need to invest into this. Vicky talked about pneumonia. Y'all know I catch pneumonia every year after dealing with the Flint water crisis. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, this is the first year, the first year that I didn't catch pneumonia. Thank you, God. But get into this. Get into the know. People are destroyed by the lack of knowledge. I done brought it to you. I done basically put it in your lap. I didn't keep it for myself. I didn't even keep it for my people, my circle. I wanted to keep it on the tip of the top for you guys because I love y'all. Even when y'all don't like me, I still love y'all. So make sure you connect with the queen and the king, Mr. and Mrs. James at Quality of Breath on Facebook. Go like the page. If you have questions, email them at qualityofbreath@gmail.com. Call them 757-477-2504. And make sure you drop T Hill's name. If you don't drop my name, you ain't getting none. I love y'all. I gotta go to my dinner.
Love you too.
I love you guys. Please connect with them. And thanks for chiming in, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you guys.